It was an interesting moment for me at the time because I really wasn't seeking someone or anyone, I should say. I just hoped if I did meet someone that they would be a positive person to meet. Everything he was saying and doing was making me fall in love with him.
Fighting over custody. A lot of people quit going, that's just how it got to be. But she keeps on fighting and it takes a lot of guts. No justice, no peace!
You two are like two immature cartoon characters.
Objection. Where's any of this evidence of this?
Order.
I'm sanctioning you for $15,000.
I would like to see my son.
This is all about a child. A poor boy born into a battle. Even with your lies, I gotta survive. Said I'm gonna survive, I gotta survive. Even with your lies, I'm gonna survive, gotta survive. Said I'm gonna survive. This is not justice! No justice! No peace! No justice! No peace! No peace! No justice!
You're trying to have a judge removed.
I'll sanction her for thousands of dollars for coming to court.
How much money is Mr. K-Man, Mr. Geek paying you and your fellow judges to keep this woman away from her child?
Said I'm gonna survive, I gotta survive. Even with your lies, I'm gonna survive, gotta survive. Said I'm gonna survive, I gotta survive. Even with your lies, I've gotta survive, gonna survive. Said I gotta survive, I'm gonna survive. Even with your lies.
Welcome back to the Dr. Meleeka Clary Show on the Bold and Brave TV network. Well, we're coming live. Woo! Yes, welcome back, fam. I have to say thank you, God, for getting me up this morning to be able to say I love you to my children and to be up to do the show. You know, always got to give praise. It's a rainy day, so I don't know how the internet is going to work today. I mean, it's really, I don't know. We'll see. You already know it's out of my power. But I am here, and I'm just blessed to be here no matter what's going on in this world. I'm glad that I got through it. Just to let you know, for all the people that were sending me love, my mom is getting better, which is great. Thank you. I appreciate you. And it's a wonderful thing. But you know how this is when you take care of elderly parent. It's up and down situation all the time. So the battle is still, but each day we don't take advantage, what that is, even with our elderly parents, it's getting up there. We just want to keep them longer as much as they want to be here too, so thank you for the blessings and the shout outs and stuff like that. So I really appreciate the love. With that being said, I always got to go into this and remind people to remember to try to stay positive. Even though when you're in the midst of the storm and it seems like this is not a day that I could be positive and I just want to be negative, it's easy to go down that slippery slope because I think being angry and disappointed in decision making or even in people, because people can disappoint you, it's easy for you to just get caught up with that just disappointment, I want to say. But you got to try not to. Why? Because we do have bad days, but we have good days too. And I think if we take a step back and deal with that not so good day, how's that? I was watching something on television and there's something in the storyline that they stated. I guess it was just a show, like a not dating show, but it was more like they were in the scene, they were like on dinner, but they never met each other. And this was the first time they went on a date. And one thing, they were both from like breakup homes, divorce, and all that. And one thing the lady had said is she said after the gentleman had said his story, a little bit of the story, and she said, yeah, I'm a divorcee too as well. But she said, let's don't share our sad stories. And I kind of like that because there's times that they identified they had breakups and failed marriages or whatever the case may be, but they didn't decide to go down the hill of a pity party for me or that person. And I like that she said that. The screenwriter, wrote that piece really good. Let's don't share our sad stories. If you're, and I'm mentioning that because when you're starting a fresh situation, you can share things, but let's don't stay in that zone. So it's almost like you don't want to camouflage, hey, I've been through a divorce, but you could let that on, open the door, tell the person. That's what we do. We get to know each other. But let's don't linger on what we couldn't fix then and what we are doing now. Let's just learn from it, did happen, and move on. Because at the end of the day, and really a lot of people do not want to acknowledge this, it takes two to dance. So whoever danced more in the relationship or whoever was at fault more of the relationship, okay, great. But at the end of the day, it was a failed marriage because two people decide to let it go. Either you couldn't deal with anything else or the other person couldn't deal with that. Doesn't matter. At the end of the day, it was a failed marriage. So you both had one or relationship. That's it. So when you're starting fresh with someone else, let's start thinking. Let's don't share our sad story. And I think that is so important for you to remember that. Now, I'm not saying don't tell somebody about yourself and explain what you've been through and stuff like that. I'm just saying, at a minimum, we already know we had a failed relationship and a failed marriage. You don't need to go into it unless you really do need to do a little bit of probing. But at the end of the day, if the conversation is going to be, just about what he did or what she did, and let's don't share our sad story. And let's make new stories. Let's move on. And that's what I want you to know. I want you to really understand that. That is so important. And I think we all need to drink that cup of wisdom or knowledge or something positive. So, that being said, I'm going to take a brief commercial and I'll be right back with the Dr. Meleeka Clary Show on the Bold and Brave TV network. We are coming live and we have an amazing guest. Do not go nowhere, fam. Hello, all. Three Corners of Deception movie is now available on Prime Video. How about that? October 14, 2023, on my 50th birthday, I am going to release this, and you guys can go ahead and help me do just that. Go see that movie. Thank you for all the support and not giving up on me. Go see that. Three Corners of Deception. Release me from all the pain and everything I've been through. Go see the movie. Thank you. I love you all. Thank you for all of the support. Go see that movie. Prime Video. Prime Video. How about that? God bless you all. I love you all. It was really hard for me to do that movie sometime because at that time, because 10 years ago is what I went through. It wasn't then. So I had to take, even they say you play yourself. It's not really always easy to play yourself. You have to play yourself 10 years ago when your mind was discombobulated and you felt betrayed. You know what I mean? You felt like, life was just not it. And, not in my situation. And it is based on true events. And, unfortunately, it's about judicial deception, but it's also about romance and drama and divorce. It's something that just went to a different way. But as I changed it and went into a movie. But what's interesting about this situation, people don't understand. It's a flow technique for me. That was my release to finish this movie. Welcome to the Dr. Meleeka Clary Show on the Bold and Brave TV network. We're coming live. Woo! I was so laughing because, my engineer, he finds a way to just keep on going, the basketball. But I go all ways, y'all. And I can't wait to see the team play today. Go Pacers! And I'm gonna see Oklahoma too play. Go ahead, good teams. Oh my goodness, it's so fun to watch the basketball and the competition. I mean, I enjoyed watch Celtics and Knicks and them playing, and I just have to say that it was such a wonderful competition. I love it. I love it. I love it. And I can't wait to see the game. I mean, hey, I don't know. I wasn't like this years ago, but I sure love it now. It's wonderful. It's probably because I have a son who likes to play basketball and I get into it and he educate me. So that's probably what it is. But I like it. Anyway, with that being said, welcome back. Okay, so we have amazing guests, and I don't know a lot of things about what motivates people to do certain things in life, but this person is an extraordinary individual that I had met during the luxury gala. And his story was compelling. I mean, we were all sitting at the table together and we was talking about the Olympics and we was talking about stuff that he do. And I was like, I was very shocked. Like he had everywhere. My daughters was just amazed that to hear his story, his passion, and he has like different disabilities. And when I say disability, it's something like you and I we have and full features of like your vision or your hands or anything like that. And he doesn't have a full vision of 2020 in his eye vision, but he was able to. He's a apparel Olympics medalist, two-time winner. I mean, wow. And I believe he has like 20% of his vision. He might correct me if I'm incorrect, but I can't imagine. And to do the things he've done, it's amazing. And I'm just like, wow, I have to have this individual on my show. But because he deal with struggles and what that looks like to him, and I want to know how that make you feel as a person, as a human being, and what other challenges and things that you go through. Because I know when you look him up and research, you see things he's done, and you're like, wow. But it's almost like I need to know more about this individual, not just what he did, but that's amazing. And I say it's amazing because God, he doesn't put as much as you can't handle. That it's a slogan with that. He won't give you too much that you can't handle. But some of us still don't want to imagine that, but we still deal with it. And I'm just imagining that he had a lot on his plate and he was able to handle it. But we're going to get to know him as a person before we get into know like really how you do it. And you know, I'm here learning, but it's an inspiration to us all because the things that we take advantage of, there's people that do not have that, but they also show us strength and survival. And I love it. So, why don't you come in here while I introduce my amazing, handsome guest, Isaac Jean Paul? Come on in here.
Yes, ma'am.
Hello,
Yes, ma'am.
darling. How are you doing?
I'm blessed by the best. I can't complain. How are you?
Yes, thank you. You already heard my spiel. I thank God just getting me up this morning. The
There you
decision
go.
was made and I
Yes,
won.
ma'am.
That's
Yes,
all I
ma'am.
know. The decision was
Amen
made
to
and I
that.
won. You have to, because I won. I'm here. Hello. He thought about said, well, I'll send you
Absolutely.
back. Today I'll send you back. So we just want to keep that momentum going. For real.
Absolutely.
You know what? Isaac, it is a pleasure. Thank you for being a guest on the Dr. Meleeka Clary Show. As you know, my show is all about positive psychology and about sharing is caring. And I'm going to get into how did you achieve that, those winnings, two-time medalists. Oh, are you serious? And during the
Yes, ma'am.
Olympics, wow. I would get into that. But you know what I really want to know? I really
What's
want to
that?
know who do you identify yourself to you?
I identify myself as a superhero. Um, my name is Isaac John Paul. You know, my friends and family know me as IJP. So I welcome everybody that is watching, and also you, Doc. You can call me
Thank you.
IJP because now we are family now. You know what I'm saying? But just to give you a little background about myself, at the age of 2, I was diagnosed with juvenile retinoschisis, which left me with 20% of my vision. If you don't know what juvenile retinoschisis is, well, I'm gonna tell you. It's detached retinas in the back of the eye, and the retinas are like the pathways to the brain to allow you to understand what you're seeing. So, due to the detachments and the cracks within my retinas, a lot of the messages are distorted and lost, causing me to not have full 20/20 vision. So, I have 20% of my vision. My left eye is my strongest eye, but I see through like a little straw. I have no peripheral in my left eye, and it's nowhere near 20/20 vision at all. My right eye is my weaker eye, but I have all the peripheral in my right eye. At In low lighting, my left eye is totally blind, and my right eye becomes my more dominant eye. It sees well in low lighting. So, if to give you a good example, like both of my eyes work together as one eye. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Just to give you an idea. I gravitated towards sports at a very young age. And that's where I felt like my disability didn't matter, as shocking as that may sound. But I identify myself as a superhero because of how I believe in myself and how I feel like others could believe in themselves as well.
That's amazing. Thank you for giving me the rundown too, because I didn't know all what connects, but thank you for educating me about that. And I'm sure everyone else is appreciate that because now we know. See, Sharon's caring.
Absolutely.
And
Yes, ma'am.
this superhero, I love that you identify that as because when one goes through something, you do feel tough and strong, like can't hold me down. And I love that. That's the energy that I'm receiving from you. So I appreciate you sharing that information. Let me
Of
ask you
course.
this question too. You're welcome. Let me ask you now. I'm Christian and I believe in God, Jesus, and the Holy Ghost. Those were norms to me when I was raised, and but that's not the norm for everyone. I just know that that was my religious mechanism, and when I needed something or I felt an outlet, that's what I believed in. Not everybody is spiritual like that, but is there a religion mechanism that you worship or anything like that that you mind sharing, or not?
Absolutely.
Because yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, absolutely. I come from a great deal of spirituality. My grandmother on my mother's side was heavy in the church, Christian church. My father, he's Haitian, so you can only imagine the roots
Oh,
behind. Yes, ma'am.
yeah. I
South
have to
Passe to
say
all my
that.
Haitians.
Yeah,
Yes, ma'am.
I got some friends. Vinny, that's all I know.
Yeah.
I have to break that up and say that, but we are going to go on a commercial,
Yes,
and I
ma'am.
want to stop right there because that's the word I know. Vinny, that's it. But we will take a brief commercial. We're gonna. I figured that's the time I'll take a commercial because you know what? That's the word I
Perfect
know.
timing.
I mean, I think I know a couple of other ones, but still, I think that might be French though
Mhm.
instead of Creole. All right, you know what? We'll take a brief commercial. We'll be right back with the Dr. Meleeka Clary Show on the Bold and Brave TV network. We are still with amazing Isaac John Paul. Do not go nowhere. We'll be right back. It was because of me having a voice and saying something about what had happened to me because I can't believe it. I can't believe that these individuals put their good name and their reputation on the line just to hurt somebody because they spoke up. Yes, see, that's what happens when you speak up. I get it, but I'm not fearful because of that. Even though I went through a lot and still go through a lot of things, I got God on my side, and I feel like if that is not enough, then I don't know what it is. Because I'm still standing and I'm still telling my story, and I'm gonna keep on telling stories, and that is why I like film. Because film, you'll be able to express things that you went through, and experiences and people. You'll be amazed what you can do. Hello, all. Three Corners of Deception movie is now available
on Prime Video. How about that? October 14, 2023, on my 50th birthday, I am going to release this, and you guys can go ahead and help me do just that. Go see that movie. Thank you for all the support and not giving up on me. Go see that. Three Corners of Deception. Release me from all the pain and everything I've been through. Go see the movie. Thank you. I love you all. Thank you for all of the support. Go see that movie. Prime Video. Prime Video. How about that? God bless you all. I love you all.
Welcome back to the Dr. Meleeka Clary Show on the Bold and Brave TV network, where we're coming live. Woo! We are still with the amazing and handsome. Come on, Isaac, come on in here.
Can you see me all right?
Yes. Oh, bring your camera down a
Okay.
little bit, can you? Or yeah, so your head won't be totally cut off.
Right
Or
there?
up. Yeah, up.
Oh,
There you go. Perfect. There
right
you
there?
go. Got to
Oh,
make sure we get that handsome face. All right. There we go.
absolutely.
All right, so we left before. I was like telling you the word I know, Vini, but that's
Yeah.
all I know. I know.
That's totally
No, I
fine.
know some others. I think I know some other, but I don't know if it's Creole. I think it's more French. We must say, or we mouche,
I mean, it's all one and the same. It's all one and the same,
Oh, okay. So I
you
to be
know.
trying to pick up some stuff because I got a girlfriend. Well, I got several girlfriends. I'm from Boston, so it's very, diversity out there. So
Yeah.
I grew up with
Very
all
Caribbean
types
out
of
there.
different, yeah, very, very much. And I grew up with all type
Mhm.
of nationalities and diversity. So it's all good. So I get it. Hey, okay.
Yeah.
Well, so with that being said, yes, you were saying we were going into if you was to worship religion or something, what was that being?
Mhm. Yeah, God is my best friend. I mean, I couldn't do anything that I'm doing right now without having a faith in the Most High, right? I wouldn't say that I subscribe to any denomination. I have my own relationship with God. I do go to church to get the good word,
Yeah.
but I don't subscribe to like, oh, if it's Christianity or whatever other, you know what I'm saying? It's all in the same to me. But yeah, I have a deep faith in my God. God is my best friend. He speaks to me in so many different ways. They used to say, if one sight is weak, your other senses are stronger. And I believe my sense of feel and discernment is by far my strongest sense because I can really hear God speak to me in so many different ways through people, through signs, through intuition. And yeah, my faith is deep.
Oh, that's wonderful thing. I love hearing that people choose to not just go with one particular religion and go for the word or spirituality and how they feel. And I wish, to be honest with you, my opinion, people, I wish everyone was like that. Because then we have different churches or halls or temples that everybody just welcomes everybody. And we're not judging or saying, hey, you can't do this or you can't do that. I don't want you to sit with me. I wish we just understand that if you feel good at the end of the day, that your worship something positive and good, that should be enough, you
Right.
know? But like I said, at the end of the day, I just love hearing many people have that feeling and that direction. So thank you for sharing that information with us.
Absolutely.
With that being said, I also want to ask you now, we all have challenges in our life, and sometimes they just be like, oh my goodness, how am I going to get out of this challenge? And it's experience. And I have age over me that, I've been through a lot of challenges in my life. And I had to pray to God and say, listen, I needed you to help me out. Please, please. Some knees was getting worn out. But that was what I has it ever been a challenge that you went through that you didn't know how you was going to get out of it, how you was going to overcome it, and how did you overcome it, and what was the challenge? I know you got many, not only
Yeah.
one. I say that because when people say that, they're like, oh, wait, I got a list of challenges
For
here.
sure.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean? And I'm still going. You don't know when I get off here, what kind of challenge I got to go through. So, but I only
absolutely.
asked one because we are all followers before we realize we are leaders. And some people are out there right now listening and want to know how you did it because they may need a strength and the confidence so they can do something.
Absolutely. One that comes to my mind is when I first joined the Paralympics. So my entire life, I've been a great athlete. I've competed against people with no disabilities majority of my life. And I excelled. I ended up getting a scholarship to college in track and field, became a five-time All-American, breaking school records in my event, the high jump, making it to the highest level of track you can make it to in the United States, being the United States Track and Field National Championships. Um, and I'm saying all of this and I'm
Yeah.
doing all of this in a short amount of time. It's not like I woke up when I was a kid and was like, I want to be a track star. I played basketball my entire life. Track was only something I picked up my senior year of high school, and I found out that I was good at it, right? And so I just dove all the way in. And so from there, 2017, I joined the Paralympics, and my entire life, I identified myself as a great athlete. My disability did not play a role. Half the time, no, all the time, when I would compete, people didn't even know that I was visually impaired. But like my ability to play sports was just so great. I joined the Paralympics and I was no longer this great athlete anymore. I was this blind athlete. Now, I've always recognized my disability. I just was able to look like everybody else, so nobody really saw my disability. Quite frankly, you still don't see my disability unless if you really like pay attention to my movements and little subtle things that I do. But I've lived my life with this disability all my life. So I've learned to adapt and just figure things out. And so once I joined the Paralympics, I was identified through my disability. And I've always wanted to be an Olympian. An Olympian is different from a Paralympian. A Paralympian is someone that makes the Paralympics with a disability. It's the Olympics for people with disabilities. The Olympics is what you see Usain Bolt, Allison Felix, all those big superstar names. They
Yeah.
compete there. And I've always seen myself to be an Olympian, not even just an Olympian, one of the greatest athletes, despite anything. I was just focused on my ability. And then I joined the Paralympics and I was no longer that. I was the disabled athlete. I was the blind athlete. And a lot of people didn't see my ability, they saw my disability more. And it gotten so bad to the point where when I was getting coached by certain coaches, coaches would say, "You're blind, stop looking at the board." Or when they would instruct me, they would make a blind joke about how I can't do something. Now, it wasn't all malicious. I'm not going to say, these people were intentionally making these jokes. I'm not copping them out either. It's not appropriate regardless,
No,
right?
you know what? I get what you're
So,
saying. And I do want to hear that because, I'm glad you're saying that. But
yeah.
what we're going to do, we're going to take a brief commercial because I want to hear the rest of this. And we will be right
Okay.
back with the Dr. Meleeka Clary Show on the Bold and Brave TV network. Don't go nowhere, fam. We are still with the amazing and handsome Isaac John Paul. Woo! It was because of me having a voice and saying something about what had happened to me because I can't believe it. I can't believe that these individuals put their good name and their reputation on the line just to hurt somebody because they spoke up. Yes, see, that's what happens when you speak up. I get it, but I'm not fearful because of that. Even though I went through a lot and still go through a lot of things, I got God on my side, and I feel like if that is not enough, then I don't know what it is. Because I'm still standing and I'm still telling my story, and I'm gonna keep on telling stories, and that is why I like film. Because film, you'll be able to express things that you went through, and experiences and people. You know, you'll be amazed what you can do.
I'm a human being, but I'm not perfect. And I have my own flaws, but I'm working in progress. And if you're trying to change something, you're able to do it. You have the power, you have the key to your own success. And with that being said, I'm just glad that I'm able to do this and share other people's testimonies. And I'm so glad that there's many guests that I've already had on the show that have expressed their, challenges or what they've been going through or went through in their life. And I say that is because they're not perfect. So it's good that they express that.
Welcome back to the Dr. Meleeka Clary Show on the Bold and Brave TV network. Well, we're coming live. Woo! I know we just having too much fun. Come on, Isaac. Come on in here. Oh my gosh. You see how we be acting. We be acting. You hear me? We be acting. He is so funny. Oh my gosh. It's okay. I love it because that's what it's all about, laughter. I can't wait till Thursday
Mhm.
so he can go ahead and start acting up. When he's off, I'll be missing him. I got another engineer, but when he's off, I miss him. I'm like, oh, he's not talking mess. He find a way to talk mess on the show. Trust me. If it's not basketball, it's something else. Trust me. All right, Caleb. He's like, you know what? Oh, goodness. Before we went on break, we was talking about malicious. It's not a malicious way for people to treat a disability like it was, and like I think you were going into that they was treated like this is what we know you have, and we want to make sure that we are aware that we know you have this. We're not trying to cater to you, but we are letting you know. Is that kind of what you was trying to say?
Well, I think what happens is when you have a well, when people know that you have a disability, but you don't see it doesn't seem to affect you optically, right?
Yes.
You would just see me as everyone else. So they may have felt that, okay, well, it's not that bad, so we can make jokes about it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know the psyche behind it. I'm not paid or, here to try to figure out what made them think it was acceptable to make certain jokes, but these jokes were made towards me and it impacted me in a lot of different ways. It impacted my
Mm,
confidence, and I strongly believe that confidence is how I see, you know what I'm saying? And how I'm able to do something. You think about what confidence does for a person, you get more courageous and you take more risk, quote unquote. You
mhm.
know what I'm saying?
Yes.
You just you're more aware of what's around you, and I feel like
Mhm.
when these jokes were made, my confidence took a plummet down, and I had to find a way to get my confidence back. And I met a coach who taught me how to run fast. Now, for those who don't know, I'm a jumper. I don't run a lot, I jump more than I run. So
Mhm.
when my coach Tony Campbell, shout out to Tony Campbell, who's also an Olympian, Olympic bronze medalist in the 110 hurdles. He taught me how to sprint fast, and I restarted. I started to see the potential I had by getting faster. And then I thought to myself, man, if I can run fast and somebody can teach me how to run fast, what else can I do? And I started to regain this confidence, and then I decided to play rugby. And now, if you're not familiar with rugby, look it up. Use Google, use YouTube to
Yeah.
see like what rugby is all about. It's football without pads. And
Yes,
try
I'm
playing
familiar with
rugby.
rugby.
Yeah, try playing
Mhm.
rugby with a visual impairment. But I
That is
never really
challenging.
Yeah, right. I'm a 20%
Yeah.
vision. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't, in the moment of wanting to play rugby, I didn't think about my visual impairment. I just thought about, well, if I get this ball in my hand, they got to catch me to hit me. You know what I'm saying? And I believe so much in myself that I was fast enough where I know no one on this field is going to catch me. But I didn't factor in the fact that I have to catch the ball. You know what I'm saying? And my first rugby practice was at night. Now I told you, like at night in low
Yeah.
lighting, I'm totally blind in one eye. And my weaker eye becomes my dominant eye. So all I can think about is how the hell am I going to catch this ball? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And then this other thought came into my mind. It was just like, Isaac, don't worry about how you going to catch it. Just worry about putting your hands out there so you can catch it. And so I started to say that, put your hands out, put your hands out. The first drill was pass and catch. And so I'm no longer thinking how I'm gonna catch it. I'm just gonna put my hands out. So I started putting my hands out and that ball would come to me and I would catch it. And I would look and I'll get so excited. And I didn't tell anybody on this rugby field that I had a visual impairment because I just left a place that only seen me as someone with a disability and not for my athletic ability. So I didn't want this to happen on this rugby field because I wanted to be a professional rugby player. I wanted to play for the Team USA rugby team. That was my
Yeah.
goal. And so I started to catch this ball and I would get excited and everybody else around me is like, the hell is going on with this guy? But they didn't understand that with every ball I was catching, I was regaining my confidence. I was catching my confidence. And
Amazing.
within like 2 weeks, people started to ask me, like, man, how long you been playing rugby? I'll be like, man, I just started playing. People thought I played football. I was so good. People thought I came from a football background. The last time I played football was in elementary school. You know what I'm saying? So
Wow.
like when I'm talking about my superpower is athleticism. Like I pick up on a sport quick. I have a feel that is impeccable where I can have my eyes closed and do things, right? Because of my sense of feel. And so, I started playing rugby and it was my first ever tournament and I didn't play much. I'm playing sevens, and I'm like, man, I'm kicking y'all butts at practice, and the coach is not playing me. And he finally played me, and I'm gonna tell you the time that I scored my first touchdown or my try. That's what they call a touchdown in rugby. It's a try.
Okay.
So the ball is all the way on the other side of the field. I'm on the opposite side of where the ball is. The ball is rotating my way. And as the position that I'm playing winger, so I gotta be staggered. I have to be behind. The only passes that you can do in rugby are lateral passes. For my position to be effective, I have to be able to run onto the ball at top end speed and bypass the defenders. So I have to do a lot. It sounds easy, but when you have
Mhm.
a visual impairment and you got to move fast and
Yes.
catch the ball at the same
Mhm.
time, the shit gets tough.
Yeah. I can
So,
imagine.
and again, none of my teammates know I have a visual impairment. So I'm just out there doing my thing. And so the ball is rotating my way. And right before it gets to me, it gets to my teammate. As he's getting ready to throw the ball, he gets hit and the ball bounces. And I kid you not, this is the first time I've ever thought or even felt like I had 20/20 vision because when I saw that ball, baby, I swear to God. The thing looked like a hot air balloon. It was like ginormous. And I'm like, holy shit, I'm about to really catch this ball. And I go back to put your hands out. The ball, I put my hands out and the ball lands in my hand. And rewind to me being in elementary school playing football. The first ever touchdown I thought I made was when I ran out of bounds and I kept running and didn't stop until I heard a whistle and found out that I ran out of bounds and I didn't score a touchdown. So in that very
Oh.
moment in rugby, because I didn't see the sideline. You know what I'm saying? I just
Yeah,
ran.
that is right. You just ran took off.
So and
Oh,
that moment always stuck with me in everything that I did in regards to sports. Where is the sideline? And you know what I'm saying? So it reoccurred to me in my mind in that very moment on that rugby field, where's that damn sideline? I look to my left.
yeah,
The sideline is lit up and holographic. I kid you, I can't make this is all vivid memory of mine. Literally
yeah,
everything was in slow motion. The defenders were like all black. I just remember black figures, right?
yeah.
And I remember the sideline being extremely light versus the field that I was on. And I make my first move on the first defender. I give him a jab step on the inside. He bit for it. And then I streak down the sideline. And so I'm running and I see another guy coming towards me. And I'm like, you're not going to catch me. And I even run even faster. He tries to dive at me. He misses. And so as I'm running, I'm looking for the end zone. My vision goes back to normal. And I begin
What?
to walk because yeah, I begin to walk because I could not find the end zone. So I'm like in rugby, you can't just you got to put the ball down in the end zone
Yeah,
to make it
yeah.
a score. So in order for me to do that, I got to find that. And so I'm like walking and people are cheering. They thinking I'm showboating, right? I finally find the uprights. It's in the middle of the end zone. And I run over there, put the ball down, and I score. As I'm coming back to the huddle, people are like giving me high fives. They was like, look at you trying to show off walking to the end zone. And then that's when I told the entire team that I was blind and I only have 20% of my vision. And everybody were like, are you fucking kidding me? And their minds just
Oh
went
my
crazy.
goodness.
So shout out to the
Oh,
old Aztecs, San Diego, old Aztecs rugby team. Shout out to you guys, man. And from that day, man, I was just like, I got my confidence back, and I started to believe that I can do anything I put my mind to. And it all started with Tony Campbell. You know, Tony Campbell,
wow.
gave me that confidence back again.
Well, thank you for sharing your story. Wow, that's amazing. Thank you
Mhm.
so much. And on that note, we are going to take a brief commercial and we'll be right back with the Dr. Meleeka Clary Show on the Bold and Brave TV network. Do not go nowhere, fam. We are still with the amazing and handsome Isaac John Paul. It was an interesting moment for me at the time because I really wasn't seeking someone or anyone, I should say. I just hoped if I did meet someone that they would be a positive person to meet. Everything he was saying and doing was making me fall in love with him.
Fighting over custody. A lot of people quit going, that's just how it got to be. But she keeps on fighting and it takes a lot of guts. No justice, no peace!
You two are like two immature cartoon characters.
Objection. Where's any of this evidence of this?
Order. I'm sanctioning you for $15,000.
I have a right to see my son.
This is all about a child. A poor boy born into a battle. Even with your lies, I gotta survive. Said I'm gonna survive, I gotta survive. Even with your lies, I'm gonna survive, gotta survive. Said I'm gonna survive. This is not justice! No justice! No peace! No justice! No peace! No peace! No justice!
You're trying to have a judge removed.
I'll sanction her for thousands of dollars for coming to court.
How much money is Mr. K-Man, Mr. Geek paying you and your fellow judges to keep this woman away from her child?
Said I'm gonna survive, I gotta survive. Even with your lies, I'm gonna survive, gotta survive. Said I'm gonna survive, I gotta survive. Even with your lies, I've gotta survive, gonna survive. Said I'm
Welcome back to the Dr. Meleeka Clary Show on the Bold and Brave TV network. We're coming live. Come on, Isaac. Come on back
Yes,
in here.
ma'am.
Welcome back, my dear. You know what? It is such a pleasure to have you on the show, and I really appreciate you. You have this wonderful spirit, and I am just grateful because you have a wonderful, experiences that you've had and challenges, but your life is so motivating to me. So thank you for sharing your information with us. And I'm sure everyone else who's watching, you uplifting with your story. But let me ask you one quick question. And it's that what do you do for self-care for yourself?
Yeah, I write. So outside of my athletics, I am a published author of two children's book and a novel, Understanding
Yes.
Disabilities with Maya and Maya's Marvelous Day at the Games. Yes, ma'am. You can find those on Amazon.
Wonderful.
And I'm also a screenwriter. I'm currently writing a short film, not a short film, a feature animated film about my own
Yes.
personal journey titled Wings. And it's a story about an eagle with a visual impairment that is dreaming to be a legendary flyer. So
Wow. That is amazing.
creating, yeah, storytelling is what I do
Let me
for
see the book
therapy.
again. Put it up. Let me see those
Yes,
books
ma'am.
again and put them up on the camera. There you go. All right. So we got that one. And then another one. Yep. Up, up. Yep. All right. I love it. I love it. Wow. Wow. That is wonderful. So they can find it and you have social medias?
Yes, ma'am. My Instagram page is IJP underscore IAM and the number one. So it should read IJP IM1. And that's on Instagram. And my TikTok is IJP.
Wonderful. And I'm sure people can Google you too. And they will
Yeah,
find
you
you
can see
on
a lot of
Google
stuff
as well.
on Google about me as well. And on YouTube.
Yes, yes, yes. All right. I love it. I love it. I love it. Well, I have to say, I know we are wrapping it up today, but you are amazing. Is there any words of wisdom that you want to leave? I have a little slogan that my father always say, never stop trying. Is this something that you live by? You want to share?
Absolutely. I live by these four words, and it's laugh, live, love, and learn. And it's self-explanatory. That's how you should live your life.
Ooh, I love it. I love it. I love that. Laugh, live, learn. And what's the other one?
It's laugh, live, love, learn.
Love, learn. Okay, I can do all those. I love it. I love
Yes,
it.
ma'am.
Well, Isaac, I really appreciate you. Thank you so much for sharing and caring on the Dr. Meleeka Clary Show on the Bold and Brave
Thank you for
TV
having me.
network. You are welcome, my
Thank you
dear.
for
And have a
having me.
great, you are welcome. And have a great rest of the day. Now, and when you're looking for the Dr. Meleeka Clary, oh my goodness. I tell you, when we have to learn something, we learn something. When we don't know something, we find out something. How about that, people? And Isaac he's amazing, huh? I mean, sometimes I'm just so blessed to have so many people that I meet and they have so many different stories. And sometimes you just say, hey, why sweat the small stuff? And you have other people who have really hurdles to jump. I know we all believe our situation is bigger than what we can handle. Yes, and you're still entitled to feel that way. It's just sometimes when you hear somebody else's story, you say, wow, I don't know if I could fill those shoes. So, you know what? Sometimes you got to look at that. Oh my gosh. So, you know what? My social medias, Instagram, TikTok, um, Facebook, X, YouTube, the Dr. Meleeka Clary group or drmeleekaclary.com website, or just Google me. You'll find me. And I always going to say thank you to my fans. I love you. I really do. For tuning in and sharing things, sharing what I got to say and applying them to your life. So thank you. I really appreciate it. And keep on doing it. Keep on doing it. Keep on doing it. And keep on seeing that movie, Three Coins Deception, is still available on Prime Video. Thank you for all your support. And I appreciate you. And I want you to have a wonderful day. If no one said I love you, let me say it. I love you today. And I want you to have a wonderful day and enjoy your life. And I care about your mind and your soul and about you and to help you make that change. So Once again, thank you for tuning in to the Dr. Meleeka Clary Show on the Bold and Brave TV network. Thank you again, and take care and have a wonderful day and a weekend to come. God bless.
You've been watching the Dr. Meleeka Clary Show. Tune in next week as Dr. Meleeka will help you shift towards a better life. But this show doesn't stop there. She'll provide helpful tips regarding surviving the entertainment industry and the judicial system with practical information. Thursday, 2 p.m. Eastern, here on the Bold Brave TV network.